Hi, Sierra. Thanks for coming in today. Why don't you tell me a little bit about what brings you in?
I'm going through a separation with my husband. He's my third husband. And I'm just kind of feeling like if I can't make this work, 3 marriages work, that I'm like, I don't know. I'm feeling really hopeless.
Yeah. So what is it that's causing the separation? Like, what do you...
We argue a lot. I think, like, we both have kids and we're trying to blend our family, and that's been really tough. We don't have the same parenting styles at all. He's more laid back, and I feel like I need to, like, keep track of what the kids are doing. He has 2 daughters, and I feel like they don't really respect me at all. Or, like, I don't know, I'm just trying to help, and I feel like they don't see that at all. And I have a son, and I feel like I'm losing my relationship with him in the process. So it's just a big mess. I think that has to do a lot with it.
Trying to keep the family together.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you feel when your stepdaughters like don't listen? Or
I feel really disrespected. I think that it's rude, and like they should respect me, and I wish they liked me because I really do love my husband, and I want us to work out. But I feel like if his daughters don't love me, then, or even like me or respect me, that it's not going to work out between us. So it's just, I guess, hurtful, and I feel disrespected.
Yeah, that's got to be tough, especially in your own house. And so one of the things I heard you say was that you do want to stay with him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really good, and maybe we can work on some. So tell me a little bit more about the emotions you feel when you're not in control.
Not being in control makes me feel really anxious and really depressed. I already struggle with depression. I'm on some medication for depression already. I don't know that it's really working because I still feel depressed, but yeah, that's how it makes me feel.
How long have you been on that medication?
I've been on the medication for about 6 months.
Okay. Do you have a good relationship with is it a doctor or a psychiatrist?
A psychiatrist, yeah. Okay. I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Well, one of the things I would really encourage you to do is to be really honest with him. And if you want, you don't have to, but to make an appointment just to see what's going on there.
Mm-hmm. But I think that'd be good because I don't think that the meds he's given me are working or doing anything.
And that can play a part in just feeling better.
Okay.
Tell me, how long have you and your spouse been married?
We've been married for 3 years, and separated for about a month.
Okay. And has that been really hard, would you say?
Yeah, like I said, I really do love him, and I really do want us to work out, and I felt like it was easy in the beginning, but I also feel like we were in that, like, honeymoon phase, and then when reality hit about a year in, it just kind of went downhill from there.
Yeah. So, let me ask you this. Have you and your spouse dealt with conflict well in the past?
I think when we were just dating, we did. We were pretty good about, like, if we had a conflict, we would, like, each go to our own homes and just kind of cool down, and then we come back and, like, talk about it, which I think was really good. And I think that's harder to do now because we're in the same home. So I feel like I can't get away from him, and so I just, like, am always on edge, and I can't cool down, if that makes sense. So I just, like, get really critical of him, and I'm really overbearing. But I think in the past that has been the thing that worked.
Okay, so maybe a little bit of time apart.
Mm-hmm. Just space, even just for an hour.
Yeah. So maybe you could try that next time you have a fight. Say, hey, I need a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things I heard you say was that you feel like you're very critical of him.
Yeah.
Could you talk to me a little bit more about that?
our parenting styles are different.
Okay.
And like I said, he's super laid back about his parenting style. And I feel like I'm critical of that, especially a lot of times, because I don't see it being effective. His daughters, like, don't have respect for people. Like, they don't have respect for me. They don't have respect for other people. They get into trouble more than my son does. And I feel like that's due to his parenting style. And so I tell him that a lot. And I am critical of when he doesn't, like, respond the way I think he should to his daughters. And also if he just, like, is lazy around the house, then I'm critical of him. And I'll tell him he's lazy and to get off his butt.
And how does he respond to that?
Not well. I don't think it's very effective. He kind of shuts down.
Yeah. It sounds like he feels bad and you're feeling bad because he's feeling bad.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we can work on just brainstorming some ways to kind of work through some of those differences. You said something about your son
Mm-hmm.
and how you kind of feel like you don't. Will you tell me?
I just feel like he's not happy that I'm married again. My second husband was his dad, and so our divorce was really hard on him, and especially me getting remarried was hard on him. He's not super close with his dad, but at the same time, I don't think he wanted me to get remarried so fast. And he doesn't like having to live with sisters now or stepsisters. So I just think the whole situation has taken a toll on our relationship, and he doesn't come and talk to me like he used to about things, and we used to be really close, so it's hard for me to feel like there's a disconnect now.
So would you say that maybe his anger and kind of shutting you out is maybe adding to some of the stress that you feel with this separation and on top of work?
Definitely.
It's kind of like another layer.
Mm-hmm. Besides my husband, before, like, he was always the person that I could go to.
Yeah.
And so not having that with my husband and then also not having that with him has been really tough.
Do you have any other support? Like, do you go to anyone else now that you don't really talk to your husband?
Yeah, my mom lives in town, so I talk to her often. I go to coffee with her pretty often, and she's really supportive of me. So she's kind of the one person that I still feel like I have to, like, rely on and fall back on and talk with.
Yeah. So now that I kind of have an idea of what's going on more, what do you think the best way to move forward with our counseling sessions would be? You said you want to get back with your husband.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other really important factors?
I think working on my relationship with my husband and working on my relationship with my son would be the first two things that I would like to set as goals, I guess.
Okay. And I know you mentioned something about feeling stressed at work.
Mm-hmm.
And but you said it's kind of like an escape.
Yeah, it's stressful, but I think it definitely wouldn't be as bad or as big of a deal if I could come home and not feel stressed at home.
Yeah. Well, we will definitely work on some of those and see about that. So thank you for coming in.
Yeah, thank you.
So tell me a little bit more about what, like, a normal day in the home is.
I usually go to work early in the morning, try to get the kids up for school. Usually they don't listen to me. I think they go to school on their own. I don't know. It's hard for me to know because I'm at work. I usually have a crazy day at work. It's kind of hectic, but I do enjoy being there because I feel like that's the one place that I can control. And then I come back from work, usually before my husband's home. The kids are usually doing their own thing, homework or walk with friends. I try to make dinner, and then he comes home. We sit down for dinner. Sometimes the kids join us, sometimes they don't. And then we usually end up arguing about something over dinner, something small, something a lot of times about the kids. and then I usually go to my room. He usually sits in the front room and watches TV, and then we just go to bed.
Yeah, so one of the things I heard you say was you feel like you are in control at work.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a feeling you would like to have in the home?
Definitely. It's hard feeling like I'm not in control at all in my own home.
Yeah.
And, I really valued that at work. Even though work is hectic, I really value feeling in control there.
Yeah, so what do you think some ways to feel more in control in the house would be? Some
I
things
think
you could do.
Well, I think if I could find a way for the kids to respect me, then I would feel more in control. I think that's the biggest thing holding me back from feeling like I have control of the house, because I feel like I don't even have control of the people who live there. And not that I have to be super controlling, although I think I am overbearing of my spouse sometimes, but I just would like a little bit of structure and control there.
Yeah, that's really good.